Welcome to my channel. This is Tomasz, and he also has his own podcast.
That's true.
What is it called?
It's called The Warsaw Narrative, the first English language podcast about the history of Warsaw. I know
That's-
you're a subscriber, right?
Yes, that's
Cool.
super interesting. So, guys, you'll see his podcast right here. If you want to learn about the history of Warsaw, you know where to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. In today's video, we both are going to discuss the cultural differences in India and in Poland through our eyes. Okay? So, what I notice, okay, in India, the first point I want to talk about is the concept of space. Okay? So
I need
to
my
be in the
space. I need my space.
So sometimes you won't believe it, but sometimes I used to wake up with like 6 people in my room.
I can believe it.
Uh,
Was
No, let's not go there. I
Okay,
mean,
well, let's-
like a cleaning lady, plus my mom, some aunties, and some cousins. So sometimes what I notice is that there is no space in India. But I see that Polish people love their own space in general.
That's true.
It's true, right?
I think that's absolutely true. What can I tell you about space, right? It's just everybody needs a bit of privacy, right? Of course, there's less people living in Poland, so space was never really a problem, right? There was the largest city in Poland is Warsaw, and Warsaw has a population of about 2 million people, right? So,
Poland's population
uh-huh.
is 2 times less than the population of my state.
Okay.
It's insane.
Well, last I checked was about 38 million people, maybe a bit less.
Yes, so let's say the state where I'm from, it's 60 million plus.
Okay. Yeah.
The second point that I notice is sometimes Polish people like to complain.
Not sometimes. All the time. Man.
I was being
all
sweet.
The oh, that's very nice. I'll complain about you not complaining enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard it.
You heard it?
literally once, yes.
That you don't complain enough.
Yes.
Who told
I'm
you
not
that?
joking. One of my ex's friend.
Okay.
She said that, how are you okay with everything? Are you crazy?
Exactly.
And she looked at me in a disgusting way that I don't complain.
I think it is absolutely a trait of Polish people and Polish culture to complain, and it can get very tiresome. But I think it's also a kind of therapy as well for some people. That living in Canada, people would just keep things in, and even if they had a terrible day, they would like, "Oh, how are you? Oh, I'm fine." But in Poland, it's like, how was your day? It was terrible, and they let out all this, like these emotions, negative emotions out. So I think it could help
fair.
some people.
It's fair.
Well, what's your opinion on that?
My opinion is that if it's actually bothering you, then feel free to let it out. But then don't make it your character. Like some people are like always complaining about even small things.
Yeah,
And that is why I advise some of my friends just go to India once and your perspective will change. Like you will see beggars' kids running around happy still. So sometimes these things make you have a better perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Traveling always broadens my perspectives, right? I come back to Poland, think to myself, I don't have it so bad.
Yeah. One more cultural difference that I see is that, for example, a lot of people, especially women, above the age of 40, 45, are, let's say, a huge part of them are housewives in India. So sometimes they are dependent. But what I see here, even very old people are independent, fully independent. I see them in grocery stores. Some grandmas, grandpas, they live alone, which I don't like. They should always have someone taking care of them, especially in family. But what I respect is, like, I'm strong enough to take care of myself. this feeling. Because whenever I speak to my friends, grandparents, whatever, they are very, safe and confident that I'll be able to take care of myself. No one need to worry about it.
Well, I find your observation very interesting, actually, when it comes to older people and independence, because I'm going to kind of flip it around and I'm going to complain a little bit. Because on one hand, it's independence, but on the other hand, it could be because there's nobody to take care of them, right? Families are much smaller here, so maybe this older person just doesn't have anybody else to do these things for them, so they're kind of left on their own.
Yes, and my real dad is no more, but his family, there are 4 generations living together in a huge apartment. So my grandma, right? Her son, then the son's son, and the son's son's kids as well. So 4 generations living together. And I find this beautiful. It could be chaotic, but at least this old person was never left alone,
Yeah, and in Poland, that would be very unusual to have so many generations living in one house.
Yes.
So
I went to one village, one of my friends, Shimon. So his grandma lives with his mom and dad, and then another kid. And when I saw this, I felt really happy that at least somewhere in any village, at least, this is happening. So I was so happy that, this grandma is not living alone.
You're just too happy for Poland. What's wrong with you?
I live here. I cannot complain much,
Learn.
And what else? Yeah. The way foreigners are treated is so different.
Okay.
What I mean is, in India, if you go, you and your wife, let's say you are traveling to India, a lot of people will come to you and ask you, hey, can we have a photo with you? If you go somewhere, they're already your fans sometimes. Like, hey, because you're special. But no matter who is coming to Poland, even if he's American, Japanese, no, you have to go out and you have to bring Polish people out of their comfort zone. You have to break the ice with Polish people. So when you talk in Polish, when they see that you respect Polish culture, then they open up. Like, for example, I was in a kebab shop literally last night. One of my friends wanted to have kebab at 1 a.m. And
what were you doing that late at night?
I had a party.
So
I ordered in Polish, just like kebab, and 2 Polish guys. I think they were drunk as well. Because in Poland, you drink, you go to have a kebab.
It's true.
They looked at me and they started talking to me in Polish. They were so fascinated that I speak a little. So they were like, we are so happy, you're always welcome. But on the other hand, if I don't respect, and if I'm like, no, I'll speak English only, they'll be like, come on, at least learn.
Exactly.
And when I learned, things completely changed, how I'm treated.
Also, I think people appreciate that, that you're learning the language and it's not an easy language to learn. So they appreciate the effort that you made.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm impressed with your Polish, Mr. Kunal.
Thank you. Whatever little I know, I try to speak it.
You know more than a little. Don't be so modest.
Okay, I'll say one good thing about myself. And I'll not be modest. I'll be cocky. My accent in Polish is amazing. And Indians, we are made fun of our accent. But at least in Polish, I have a good accent.
It is a good accent.
Yes.
Oh, can I just say one more
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Because you did mention the differences about Polish people. Are you aware of the concept of a peach culture and a coconut culture? At least how people
I have no idea.
open up, right? So people let's say peach culture people are soft on the outside but hard on the inside. So it's very easy to start talking to them and getting to know them. But once you try to go inside, you hit that hard pit, that hard side of them, and you can't find out any more of them. So for example, let's say North Americans, a lot of them are like peaches. But Polish people are more like a coconut. Right? They're hard on the outside. It's very hard to get inside their personal lives. But once you crack that shell, you have lots of say juicy, delicious, maybe not just delicious, but you have very
Good emotions.
good
coming out.
emotions
Yeah.
and nice things inside. So
That's a great analogy. I
thank
never
you. Not
thought
mine.
about it.
Not mine. Though.
I never thought about it
There you
actually.
go. Check it out. Peach and coconuts.
Peach and coconuts.
Peach and coconuts.
Guys, remember. And also suggest in your comments below what else you want us to discuss, and we'll do it for you. See you.
Peace.